This is one of my favorite stickers. It's this Chris Miller sticker for Gordon Smith GNS Skateboards, which was, I think, his first sponsor. It is a sticker of his board graphic. That one, see it there. Clear sticker. It has black, green, red, light green. So that's Chris Miller did a lot of his own graphics. I think all of his own graphics, and he's pretty underrated as far as like the history of skateboard design. I think because he made some good shit. What I like about this, it's very graphic style. Like at the time, the most popular skate graphics were Pal Peralta, Santa Cruz, very illustrated style, like skulls, and snakes, very like hyper drawn, lots and lots of detail. And so this was way different. There was people trying to do flat style graphics, but they didn't look like very sophisticated, to be honest. When you look back at some of the flat stuff, it didn't look like it was referencing anything terribly design savvy. Whereas this, when I look at this, it looks really cool. Like it looks like smart. It reminds me of like those old Russian constructivist posters, like the propaganda ones, or like Swiss design, or like Bauhaus stuff. Early turn of the century, slick, smart, minimal, sophisticated design. So as you can see, there's like a face in here, and there's like some figures kind of falling around. It looks like European to me, more than it looks like the California style design. When I first saw this, what I thought of immediately was Duran Duran, their album Rio, and the video for the song Rio. The album cover for Rio was done by this very famous illustrator at the time, Patrick Nagel, which you've seen a Patrick Nagel if you've ever driven by a nail salon. It's that when they paint the windows or there's a sign, it's always like a beautiful woman with their nails or whatever, or like very red lips. It's very like graphic style. He was ripped off and just used on everything kind of beauty related in the 80s because it was like cheap, and I don't think he cared to sue him or whatever because he was doing super well. But it's that like, I think of that like 80s new wave kind of like sexy, like aerobics and like Jane Fonda workout videos and like tank tops and Grace Jones and like all that kind of stuff where it was like sexy but didn't feel dirty. It just felt like cool, like, oh, new wave, cool, like oh, I have blue lipstick, cool, or look, I dyed my hair, look, my hair's green and I'm cool and I have like a French accent. Even like Andy Warhol portraits, like the covers of those interview magazines, and they felt handmade but then like machine made at the same time. This is 1980. He probably made this in 1985 because it came out in 1986. Like you didn't have like a personal computer, like there wasn't Photoshop. Like he made this with like rulers and X-Acto blades, and it's cut out so it feels handmade but very sleek. It's like feels futuristic in a weird way, or just super modern. Like this felt modern and cool, and like not cool in the way skateboard graphics had looked up until that point, because up until that point everything that was kind of cool in graphics, or the most popular stuff, was just like death. Which, don't get me wrong, I love death graphics. They're my favorite thing. This felt different. It just felt sophisticated. Doing simple graphics, simple design, fucking hard. To be minimal and rad is, I think, harder than putting a lot of stuff in it. Because everything has to be perfect because there's not a lot there. Every element of this has to like work great. Every little dude here, where the eye is, where the mouth is, where that logo is, all the colors need to work together like perfectly. All his designs are like that. Like they're just, there's like a weird element in it, but they're simple and perfected. I love them. I'm a big fan of Chris Miller's design. I feel like maybe part of the problem with him being recognized as like an image maker dude is he was a really good skater. Like one of the real best, like truly a magical vert skater. And so like that almost obscured his graphics. Because he's a guy who win contests, he's a skater everyone loved his skating so much. So like that's the thing everyone was going to talk about first. So they almost like didn't notice that this guy was making interesting stuff that was way different than anything else that was going on. GNS at the time I loved because he was on their team. Also Neil Blender was skating for GNS, and making his own graphics. Companies that let their writers make their own graphics are where it's at. That is like the core of skate design and skateboarding. It's the do it yourself. It's your model, you're the skater, it's your unique thing, what's your vision of it. And it still happens. Spanky does his own graphics now. Obviously at Templeton Cons. This is the first like smart, probably design savvy thing I ever saw. Like as a kid, just like on the rack at a skate shop. I looked up a t-shirt. There's a t-shirt on eBay with this graphic, $260. It's too expensive. This sticker, I don't know if I bought this individually or part of like a group. It was at least $15. But I think it's worth it. Like when I look at it, when you look at it, it feels like a tiny print. Like that feels like a tiny art print that you can put that in a tiny frame and put it on your nightstand or like on a tiny shelf. Yeah, Chris Miller's great. And we'll probably talk about more of his. I'm gonna probably get some more Chris Miller stickers. So we'll probably talk about him again. But yeah, this is a great one. That's why it's one of my favorite stickers.